okay, is far beyond our expectation.
It's the safest way of owning a house.
My mouth is full of appreciation to Federal Mortgage Bank.
In April 2017, the current management of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, under the leadership of architect Ahmed Dangiwa, assumed office to run the affairs of the bank. 5 years later, this management team is bowing out of office with their heads high up, with an outstanding performance which has greatly improved the Nigerian mortgage system. From increased mobilizations and contributions to developing new products to meet the different needs of NHF contributors, this team is leaving behind a mark that will not be erased. Staff of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria gathered together to celebrate and bid the management team of the FMBN farewell after 5 years of hard work and dedication. This story and other segments will make up our package tonight. Hello and welcome to the program Everyone Deserves a Home. I am Zulaihat Bello Gobir, your regular host.
Get trained as a mortgage expert, smart property development industry player. Get that full option capacity training center for your individual or organizational needs. At the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria FMBN Training Center, courses are both technical and managerial in mortgage operations, finance, human resources, and ICT, all facilitated by both internal and external mortgage and property industry experts.
We borrow the money from the bank. Every month we're servicing it.
All FMBN courses are approved by the Center for Management Development. Meanwhile, the FMBN Training Center offers 8 training facilities for rentals, 3 seminar rooms of 30 sitting capacities, 2 syndicate rooms of 10 and 12 sitting capacities, 2 conference halls of 108 and 78 sitting capacities, an ICT lab of 38 seats, and a 24/7 power supply. Visit the FMBN Center at number J4 Ali Akilu Road, Kaduna. Email training.school@fmbn.gov.ng or call 0901 280 3484.
Welcome back. For every beginning, there is bound to be an end, and it is the end of the 5-year tenure of the current management team of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. The visible growth and improvement the mortgage system has experienced in this short time is proof of the hard work and commitment this 4-man team have put in. To begin this episode of the program, we'll show you a farewell meeting by staff of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria organized to bid the management farewell. Keep watching.
Staff of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria on Tuesday, 5th April 2022, held a farewell meeting for the outgoing management team of the bank. They are architect Ahmed Dangiwa, the managing director of the bank, Mr. Melville Ebo, executive director of finance and corporate services, Alhaji Umar Abdullahi Ankani, executive director of business development and portfolio management, and Hajia Rahimatu Aminu Aliu, executive director loans and mortgages. Speaking during the event, which held at the FMBN headquarters in Abuja, the managing director, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, architect Ahmed Dangiwa, said the outgoing management team of the bank made impacts that are significant in the history of mortgage financing in Nigeria. Dangiwa noted that when the team came on board in 2017, they were confronted with serious challenges hampering the growth of the bank. In addressing these challenges, Dangiwa said a 6-point strategy plan was developed and has been followed through to achieve remarkable results in all areas of the bank's operations. Dangiwa attributed this feat by the management team to transparency and accountability in the management of the NHF scheme. The managing director and other management team of the bank expressed gratitude to staff of the bank for their cooperation, hard work, and commitment to duty from April 2017 when the team came on board. The managing director of the bank disclosed that Group Head, Risk Management Kabir Yagboyaju will act in the office of the managing director until a new appointment is made. Executive Director, Business Development and Portfolio Management, Umar Dankani, also registered his appreciation to staff of the bank for making it possible for the team to work and achieve results in the mortgage industry. Speaking during the event, the acting managing director commended the outgoing management for their determination in making the mortgage system work. He thanked them for putting in their best in making the bank improve on its activities.
We wish the outgoing team the very best as they move on ahead with other endeavors. We also hope to have people continue from where this amazing team left off. Staff of the FMBN are not the only ones who have noticed the focus and expertise of architect Ahmed Dangiwa, the Managing Director of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, who through his wealth of experience has led the transformation of the nation's apex mortgage bank into a robust institution. Today, the FMBN has opened up opportunities for many Nigerians to become homeowners. As in our last episode of the program, we are again revisiting the story of this accomplished mortgage finance expert, as we will see a production put together by another media to celebrate architect Ahmed Dangiwa and his focus and determination as a mortgage finance expert. Enjoy this piece.
Architect Ahmed Musa Dangiwa is a consummate and resilient architect with over 30 years of real estate, infrastructure development, banking and management experience spanning private and public practices, as well as in academia. Prior to his appointment as Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Architect Dangiwa held sway as the Managing Partner of AM Design Consults since 1996. An architectural and real estate development consultancy firm, and Jario International Nigeria Limited, a construction company where he supervised the delivery of several outstanding projects in diverse areas and sectors across the country. He also worked in a reputable architectural firm on graduation, Tried Associates, Kaduna, where he developed his professional career in designs and project management from pupil to principal to senior architect and associate partner. Architect Dangiwa excelled as a mortgage finance practitioner, rising through the ranks in Sahel Mortgage Finance Limited from a property manager to head of credit control to becoming the manager, mortgage banking division. In this capacity, he was involved in the design and delivery of wide variety of mortgage products and real estate projects, especially social mass housing. Mr. Dangiwa is a professional architect, a fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Architects, FNIA, a fellow of the Institute of Corporate Executives of Nigeria, FICN, and an associate member of American Institute of Architects, AAIA. He is also a member of other professional bodies such as a senior associate member of Risk Management Association of Nigeria, RIMAN, a fellow of both the Institute of Credit Administration, FICA, and Institute of Strategic Customer Service and Trade Management, ICSTM, an honorary fellow of Chartered Institute of Loan and Risk Management of Nigeria, CILRM, and an honorary senior member of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, CIBN. He holds an MSc, Architecture, and MBA, both from Ahmed University, Zaria, in addition to a bachelor's honors degree in architecture from the same university. He is an alumni of the prestigious Wharton University, Pennsylvania, and has attended numerous training courses, local and international, on housing finance, computer-aided designs, design and build workshops and project management, as well as several other professional and leadership training programs. For many good reasons. First, he combined an impressive track record of academic excellence and private sector experience as a housing industry practitioner and professional. Second, he had built an enviable track record as a successful practicing architect with over 30 years of wide-ranging experience and understands at both the theoretical and practical levels of the business of real estate as well as the social imperative upon which it rests. His career spanned both the private-public sectors. From 1996 until his appointment, he built 2 leading architectural and construction companies. As the driver of those companies, he acquired practical experience in designing and supervising the delivery of several outstanding housing and related projects in diverse areas and sectors across the country. Besides his expertise and experience as a top-level estate consultant, Dangiwa came on board as someone already familiar with the mortgage banking industry. Years down the line, an architect, Dangiwa, has not disappointed bookmakers. He has held his management team to champion a series of bold corporate reforms. Graced pursued long-standing programs that are designed to unlock the potential of the bank for impact and brought a private sector management edge to bear on the operations of the bank. Consider the accelerated stakeholder rally to bolster the financial capacity of the bank. The Dangiwa-led management of the FMBN successfully lobbied critical players in the industry and the National Assembly to pass the reviewed FMBN and NHF Establishment Acts. As the lead man at the FMBN in the past years, Architect Dangiwa has demonstrated a passionate commitment to putting the Nigerian worker first. From the horse's mouth. I believe that in executing the mandate of the FMBN to deliver affordable housing, we must improve access to cheap housing finance and encourage developers to build houses that workers can afford, he remarked recently. From designs to finish, the uppermost consideration must be the financial capacity of workers. Many previous housing programs have failed in the past because they were not built based on a clear understanding of the financial dynamic of the Nigerian worker in mind. A good reflection of his worker-centric mindset that Dangiwa has brought to bear on the operation of the bank include the reduction in the equity requirement for housing loans. Instead of 5% and 20% equity requirement, workers now pay zero equity for loans below 5 million and only 10% for loans from 5 million naira to 50 million naira. He has also led the bank to introduce the rent-to-own home ownership scheme. The scheme allows a beneficiary to move into FMBN-owned housing property as a tenant and pay to own the property in monthly or annual installments over 30 years at an interest rate of just 9%. Another notable stride of the FMBN under Architect Dangiwa's leadership is the launch last year of FMBN digital platforms. The digital platforms have ushered in a new era of transparency and accountability in the operations of the National Housing Fund, NHF, by empowering contributors with real-time access to information on their NHF accounts. Overall, the new direction of change at the FMBN inspires hope for expansion of access to affordable housing for a greater number of Nigerians. To sustain the tempo of reform, government and stakeholders should rally around the current management and provide needed support in its plans to recapitalize the bank and review the NHF and FMB Act.
The program Everyone Deserves a Home will continue with issues making the news from our weekly diary.
President Muhammadu Buhari has commissioned houses under the first phase of the National Housing Program at Avu Town in Imo State. Some of the beneficiaries include Uche Okafor, Emmanuel Amunike, and Aloy Agu. They were part of the Tunisia 94 Nations Cup winning team promised houses by the federal government. In his remark at the commissioning, the president, who was represented by the Minister of State for Education, Honorable Chukwuemeka Nwajuba, stated that housing projects across Nigeria have provided government the opportunity to redeem the promise of providing houses for the nation's Super Eagles squad for winning the cup. The minister noted that approval has been given for the allocation of the houses to other members of the team in national housing estates located in their states of choice. He said keys and title documents would be handed over to them at the commissioning ceremonies in their states, while the remainder of the housing units will be allocated to willing members of the public. Speaking earlier, Minister of Works and Housing Babatunde Fashola was represented by Director, Public Buildings and Housing, Architect Solomon Lapafilo, said the ministry is offering the housing units to members of the general public in a non-discriminatory way by opening the National Housing Portal to ensure that those interested are not inhibited in any way, pointing out that allocation of the houses will be based on first come, first serve. The Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, as part of its efforts to curb the menace of building collapse in the state, has tasked residents and real estate developers to embrace voluntary compliance with physical planning permit laws. The General Manager of the authority, Kainde Oshinike, disclosed this during a motorized sensitization campaign aimed at encouraging voluntary compliance to physical planning permit laws. Oshinike also noted that the voluntary compliance to laws guiding physical planning in the state would relieve the government as well as residents of significant financial burden and urged people to carry out physical planning activities in accordance to the dictates of the law. He also disclosed that appropriate sanctions would be meted out on erring organizations or individuals who fail to carry out physical planning activities. The sanctions, he said, include sealing or demolition of non-compliant structures depending on the provisions of the law. A statement signed by the Director, Public Affairs, LSAPPA, Ahmed Ume Abimbola, indicated that the campaign aims at educating Lagos State residents on the seamless process of obtaining a planning permit.
To improve transparency and accountability in managing the NHF funds, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has introduced *219#. *219# is a new way to know the status of your NHF contribution from anywhere. To use this service, dial *219#. Select 1 to update your contact detail. Press 2 to check your contribution status in any month up to the last 5 years. You can also use our mortgage calculator and bulletin board by selecting options 5 and 6 respectively. You can access other services by using direct shortcodes like *219*3# to retrieve your NHF number, *219*4*1# to check your last 5 transactions, and *219*4*2# to check your statement of account. No internet connection required, and it is available on all networks. *219#. Simpler, smarter, faster. Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Everyone deserves a home.
We will now share with you the story of an NHF beneficiary who now owns a place he can call home, thanks to the National Housing Fund scheme.
The payment process is quite flawless.
It was unbelievable because I didn't know that they have such a scheme existing in Nigeria.
Is it true that I will get the house? No, why not? We met all the requirements, so we'll get it.
The joy of ownership is wonderful.
There is a certain feeling of contentment that comes with owning one's own house. Such is the feeling of Rufai Bello, a federal road safety officer and beneficiary of a 3-bedroom fully detached bungalow paid for by the FMBN. He tells us how it all happened.
It was introduced to us in the office actually year back 2018, and those of us who are interested were given form, and we are asked to pay equity of 600,000 for 6 million naira house. That's a 3-bedroom, and as God wish, we were able to pay it, and we are handed over our keys last year. We are now an occupant of the Sea Mountain estate.
That equity payment of 10% applies to properties that cost more than 5 million naira. Coupled with being a consistent contributor to the NHF scheme and having the required years in service commensurate with his repayment plan, Bello's story changed to that of a landlord in a very short time.
I was renting a house, and sometimes I find it difficult in paying because I have to contribute sometime before paying. But now I thank my God that I'm now a house owner. Everybody knows how difficult it is paying house rent for somebody who's married, having family, and what have you. So having your own house is totally a different situation. You enjoy a lot, especially now that we are having light and water in the estate. Those are some of the difficult things we face. But now we are indeed in a good place.
The repayment has been structured to stretch through his years in service in a manner that doesn't affect his welfare and that of his family. No landlords to bother him. Bello feels proud to be able to provide such a decent abode for his family. A spacious parlor, a dining area, comfortable abode. It is a picture of the kind of home the average Nigerian worker deserves.
As far as repayment schedule is concerned, I'm comfortable with it because according to the organization, the agreement made by the organization and the FMB is, as far as we are saying paying monthly, the payment is also reducing to the various level, and at least I'm comfortable with it. I don't have any problem about it.
Our question for the week is, how can I reclaim my late husband's NHF contributions?
What she will do is let her get all the documents required, like the late husband passbook, letter from the employers of the late husband, and then a court affidavit making her the next of kin to the deceased. Then they will package those, and then she can go to any of office nearest to her and then apply for refund of the contributions of the late husband. In this case, instead of the amount being paid into his account, it will be paid into her account if she is the next of kin.
The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has one major mandate. It is to make average Nigerians become homeowners without much stress. To become a homeowner, however, you have to be a contributor to the National Housing Fund. If you are yet to become one, do well to stop by at our branch offices near you or kindly visit our website on www.fmbn.gov.ng for more information about us, or you can send in your questions and inquiries to the numbers showing on your screens. Until next week, when we bring you another exciting package from the FMBN. Please stay safe and have a pleasant night rest. Bye for now.